Dingoos, good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Very exciting episode in store for you today. We're going to be talking about Ethereum and its pump Dogecoin to $1 and why I see it as very likely in the near future that Dogecoin just might hit $1, not just because of the memes, because protocols and DeFi are adopting it slowly. If there's a demand, market will meet that demand because, hey, the Ethereum network and the networks in crypto are mostly free markets. So if there's a demand, people will try to meet that demand, and that's what's happening with Dogecoin. We'll talk about that, DeFi protocols at the end that I want to bring up, as well as a good perspective piece. So make sure you stay tuned, and let's get right into it, and let's just scroll through the market because it's kind of one of those days where some tokens are performing and others aren't for no specific reason. And it's not a bad day. Ethereum looking tasty, looking good. $2,700. I would, back in January of 2019, before COVID, I was so happy that we hit $220, right? I was like living the dream, driving around with the window down, feeling the breeze on my face. I was feeling alive, and I only dreamt about $1,000 Ethereum, and now we're at a $2,700 Ethereum. Holy smokes, it is a beautiful thing. Look at this chart, 1 year chart. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It makes me want to cry. Been through a lot of pain with Ethereum. It's been my baby since day one. $300 billion market cap, $1 trillion market cap. I could see happening. Especially with EIP 1559 and the ETH2 implementation. $1 trillion market cap, very possible. And also EIP 1559 could make it deflationary, right? So a decrease of circulating supply of Ethereum. But we will see once it's implemented, hopefully successfully. Understand also, when you go through these upgrades and these hard forks, you are taking on significant risk, right? You're taking on a lot of risk by just holding through these hard forks, because if there's a mess up, kaput. Ethereum is kaput. And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. You take on that risk by holding through these hard forks. But anyways, let's go into something that's connected to Dogecoin that I will explain in a second. But Rari Capital, Rari governance token 1890, has been performing well for the last 90 days and since it's been out, right? It was at 30 cents and now it's at $18. I say that's a pretty good return, right? But that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the products. I love Rari Capital. I'm holding some. I love their team, very ambitious, young. Possible exploit though, because they are very young and ambitious, making a lot of DeFi protocol products, financial products, and that's exactly what I want to see because they are very experimental. But I would not be surprised on if there's an issue or something goes wrong and there's an exploit, there's a pool drained. We will see. That's why I'm very kind of wait and see with this protocol, even though I believe in it heavily, right? But that's not the reason why we bring it up today. The reason why we bring it up today is connected to Fuse, which is one of their very experimental and innovative DeFi financial applications, right? So basically it's a market for money markets. You can create your own money market. I don't know if it's open to the public yet, but basically you make your own money market, they grade it and based off certain variables. And imagine you make a money market and it's successful. I wonder if you could sell the ownership rights for that money market, because if there's a market for money markets, I wonder how valuable it is to create a successful money market. Very interesting stuff. No matter where you look in DeFi, there's opportunities. Imagine you start a money market and it's overwhelmingly successful for whatever reason, and then in the future you sell the money market for a certain amount of money. I wonder how much something would go for, or what the valuations on a money market would be. But anyways, that's beside the point, and let's move forward to the real reason why we're talking about Rari Capital, and that's their most recent proposal to create a Ren Doge pool. So there's a Ren VM bridge for Dogecoin, right? So there's $10 million worth of Ren Doge on the Ethereum network, which is very exciting because if you put something on the Ethereum network and there's a lot of demand for it, a lot of adoption, which Dogecoin does, and I would not be surprised if just a small amount of Dogecoin holders become educated on how to use the Ren Doge bridge, that these things will get heavy traction and heavy traffic. And Ren Doge, $10 million worth of Dogecoin on Ethereum network. And then if Rory Capital create a fused money market pool for Ren Doge, that's kind of cool. And this just shows the very beginning of the adoption of Ren Doge, in my opinion, as long as Dogecoin. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of Dogecoin holders are uneducated in the DeFi space. So that might hold it back a little bit, but it's nice to see Dogecoin getting utility. So $1, very possible, in my opinion. And Elon Musk hosting Saturday Night Live on May 8th. Slim Jim, live from Mars. It's Saturday night. Lex Fridman. I love Lex Fridman. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely. Like, what the? That tweet? Very thoughtful. Like, and as a reply, I like it. Looks like I'm watching Saturday Night Live on May 8th. Mr. Beast, the chairman for Wall Street Bets. If he mentions Dogecoin on national television, we just might skip the moon and go straight to Mars. I agree with him. I mean, that's insane. I don't hold Dogecoin. By the way, I just might buy Ren Doge, but we will see. Now let's talk about a DeFi protocol that I am keeping my close eye on, and that is Ribbon Finance. Nobody's talking about it. A lot of very quality devs are following Ribbon Finance, and also 2x devs, Coinbase devs, 2x Coinbase devs are behind this. I don't know how well they are connected with Coinbase. I don't know their network within Coinbase, but I know they used to work at Coinbase. And their DeFi protocols is still in production, but they are in the derivative market, and a Theta Vault is a yield generating strategy on ETH. The vault runs automated covered call strategies, right? So they are creating automated option vaults, which is very cool. This is what the CME does in Chicago with they do more arbitrage and using derivatives to stay like neutral. I forget what Greek it was, neutral. So they earn yield that way, right? Man, college, I forget stuff from college. I took so many classes talking about derivatives and Chicago and what they do, but I forget exactly. But that's what Ribbon's trying to do, is earning yield through derivative strategies, which is very cool, also very hard, but there's a lot of traditional finance literature, and you can pretty much copy and paste successful strategies from traditional finance into crypto, more or less, and that's what I think Ribbon Finance is trying to do. So we will see. It's very cool. It's very cool. I would keep your eyes on Ribbon Finance. If they have a token, I most likely will be jumping in. This is not a short-term play. This is a possible blue chip DeFi token, which I try to locate when I can. And now for Alex and Tosh, the creator of PieDAO. You haven't heard much from PieDAO during this bull run, but I still like the project very much so. DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, should aim to create cash flows, like I've been saying forever, for their token holders that actively grow the protocol and products. Governance is a real job. It is, and nobody likes to work for free. What if you could stake dough and receive a diversified portfolio of tokens each month? So I think if you are governing a protocol, you should get paid, but the people that participate in governance should get paid by the fees generated by the protocol, right? So I think that's where it's inevitably going in DeFi. The protocol generates cash flows, and those cash flows pay governance token holders for participating in the DAO of that protocol. That's what I'm looking for in the future, and fees generated by protocols are beautiful, real tangible cash flows that should be rewarded back to the governance token holders. That's what I'm looking for the long-term kind of dividend play in DeFi. Surround yourself with people who recognize that inflation is a hidden tax. A lot of people don't understand that. Literally, inflation is taxing the financially illiterate, more or less, and subsidizing financially literate people I say financial literate because there's no reason not to be leveraged in some aspect of life right now. So, I mean, where you have tangible assets to back it up. I mean, if you're $150,000, $200,000 into a liberal arts degree, that might not be the best leverage position to be in, right? But if you have 200,000 and you have real estate behind it, you have crypto behind it, you have actual tangible assets behind it, that is a good position to be in. Why? Because inflation comes. It's basically, if there's 10% inflation, hey, you just took 10% off your leverage position in terms of real value paid back on the loan. Versus if you have 100,000 saved up, now you really only have $90,000 worth of buying power. So that's why I say inflation is taxing the poor, more or less, and helping out the rich. But you got to play the game, and that's how you get rich, is by recognizing inflation is helping leverage positions. Anyways, now time for the perspective piece. I love this perspective piece. Let's watch and let's listen.
I don't care how justified you may feel in holding a resentment. It's a dumb game. Ray Stanford used to tell me it was like throwing dust into a strong wind at someone else. You know where the dust is going to end up. You may feel justified, but I'm going to tell you, a person of understanding will not do it. Will not do it. That is an act, a mental act of ignorance. Love them. The law will see that they get their reward for what they did. You don't have to look after that.
Resentment and holding grudges. I never hold grudges, really. Why? Because it's a waste of energy. It takes a lot of energy to hold a grudge against somebody. You got to remember what they did. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. I don't understand why people hold grudges. Get over it. I mean, every connection you have in life is potential for helping you throughout life. Life is hard. You need help. You need assistance. More people you know, and the better. And if you help them, they help you. You help each other through life, and that's what I hope the Dingooo community tries to do, is help each other when we need each other for educational purposes, maybe even just maybe for helping with ideas and financial support, possibly, just possibly helping you with ideas. Boom shakalaka, we'll get you going. But anyways, that is all. Become part of the Dingooo community. Subscribe, join the Discord. If you want to be the Dingooo VIP, go ahead, rally.com, coin join, Dingooo VIP. We're going to be more active on here. I might just start doing voice chats, and if you want to participate. If you don't. And follow me on Twitter if you would like. Peace out, dingoes. Until next time, and dingle dingle.